In Estonia, just 160 kilometers from the Russian border, American tanks and Bradley fighting vehicles are rolling off trains. US soldiers are unloading heavy armor at Camp Tapa as part of Operation Atlantic Resolve, Washington's show of force on Moscow's doorstep. The optics are stark. NATO's steel staring straight into Russia, and in New York, Moscow hit back. At the UN General Assembly, Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov insisted the Kremlin has no plans to strike NATO countries.
We never attack civilian sites. Incidents happen, but we never conduct targeted fire against them. We never direct our drones or missiles against EU or NATO countries.
Yet Lavrov's warning cut through the denials. Any aggression against my country will be met with a decisive response. For many Europeans, it was déjà vu. Russia also denied war intentions before rolling tanks into Ukraine in 2022.
When a drone flies not over our territory, if it crossed someone's border, left our airspace, it seems that everyone has the right to do everything they deem necessary for their security with this drone. But if there are attempts to shoot down any flying object and any object in general over our territory, in our airspace, I think people will very much regret if they commit the most flagrant violation of our territorial integrity and territorial sovereignty.
But Europe is already under siege, not from tanks but from drones. Copenhagen airport shut down for hours. 5 more Danish airports were forced to close, and drones circled Karup airbase. The menace spread north. In Norway, drones lingered near Ørland airbase, home to F-35 jets. In Germany, a drone sighting triggered alarms in Schleswig-Holstein. Germany's Interior Minister Alexander Dobrindt declared the danger high, describing it as a race between drone threats and drone defenses.
And that is why we can say that there is a threat that can certainly be classified as high where drones are concerned. It is an abstract threat, but in the individual case it is, of course, also very concrete. We are witnessing an arms race between drone threats and drone defenses. We must prepare ourselves for this. It is a race we cannot afford to lose, and that is why we must upgrade our technology.
Denmark is buying long-range weapons. 10 EU nations are calling for a drone wall to shield Europe's eastern flank. But Moscow shrugs it off as hysteria. With drones in the skies, tanks on the ground, and threats echoing from the UN, Russia, NATO, and the US are edging toward a perilous new standoff.